Next time someone tells you it's all over for Trump, just remember the full effects and the stark costs of the Democrat agenda are just now coming to light for many Americans. They say that there are two sure things in life: death and taxes. But do you really want to be a party that advocates for both? And that's the angle. Joining me now with reaction to the war on religion in the Democrat Party is Bill Donohue, president of the Catholic League. Bill, why do you think the Democrat Party today is so hell-bent on removing all limitations on abortion? It used to be safe, legal, and rare, but now it's full-on embrace of infanticide, and many Roman Catholic politicians, I might add, advocating for it.
Well, secular militants now run the Democratic Party. The McGovernization started after '68, and it's now in full force. And now you have in New York a situation where podiatrists and dentists and optometrists and chiropractors are now allowed to perform late-term abortions in New York under Governor Cuomo. And in Virginia, you have a man who's justifying infanticide. The American people, by the way, do not know about what's happening. I live in New York. When they didn't tell everybody here in New York what was happening, the way they poached it was saying, well, this is going to codify Roe v. Wade. No, 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 no. You're talking about partial birth abortion. You're talking about allowing a child to die on a table, unattended, if he survives a botched abortion. And you're talking about non-physicians performing abortions. We know which woman they'll be. They'll be the ones that Kamala Harris likes to champion. They'll be black and Hispanic poor women. Every white woman who gets her abortion in New York, I guarantee you, will have a doctor.
Bill, I want to get to what the president reacted to in this Virginia news. That soundbite from Governor Northam is just, I can't even speak when I see that because it's so outrageous. But it reminded me that he predicted this in a way, didn't he? This is what he said, of course, in the big debate in 2016.
If you go with what Hillary is saying, in the 9th month, you can take the baby and rip the baby out of the womb of the mother just prior to the birth of the baby. You can take the baby and rip the baby out of the womb in the 9th month on the final day. And that's not acceptable.
Well, that is not what happens in these cases.
That's not what happens in these cases. Trump was right, and all of us who were watching it at the time were cheering on what he said because he spoke the truth. He's speaking more truth there than, frankly, I know you're pals with Dolan, but he's speaking more forthrightly, Bill, than Dolan on this issue. I want to play Dolan. This was on Sirius XM radio earlier today. Let's watch.
The far right is criticizing me because they said, oh, that Dolan, he's too conciliatory. Right. He ought to get rid of the governor. He ought to excommunicate him. That would be completely counterproductive. Right. I don't have much clout. Some fat, balding Irish bishop. They got votes, folks.
Canon 916 or Canon 1364. Heretical, schismatic, automatic excommunication from the church for advocating grave sin, or for a person obstinately persevering in grave sin of a public nature. If what Cuomo and is Northam Roman Catholic, I think he is. I mean, what these guys are doing, I don't get it. Why doesn't the Catholic Church do something? Because if there's no penalty in the view of the Catholic Church, you can't blame the kids for thinking it's no big